David Kleidor, what is interdimensional physics? What is that?
It's a physics that is measured in this dimension, but it has its origin in the fourth, fifth, the sixth, the seventh. In other words, the atom that we study in school is connected up from within to other dimensions. That's how it gets its power. And all the electromagnetic lines of force that crisscross the universe, some that are in other dimensions we haven't learned to measure yet, they all are being distributed by these higher vortexual energies that are permeate the entire universe, called the cosmic field of intelligence. We call it, in Unarius, infinite intelligence.
Now, how can we use that and tap into that?
Now, that's one of the things that we talk about is in Tesla technology, because everything is energy. As far as Unarius is concerned, God, you, everything. So just like Tesla planted the seeds, all we have to do is learn to turn to that frequency, that vibration, and we can build instruments like Tesla coils or whatever, receivers, to extract energy from the cosmos. Now, Tesla has already planted the seeds. It's up to the enlightened engineers that come along to build these things. So, if a person is on the pathway and they are encountering some negative force from some government or something, they have to take personal responsibility because they're the ones who set it in motion in a previous life, or a number of previous lives, or when the dark days of Atlantis happened. So,
yeah, I blew that place up, Dave.
Yeah. So when we have a physics that is evolving to understand what Tesla was talking about and other people, then we'll learn to build these devices and we'll learn to use them for positive purposes. And we'll be able to tune in to different levels of the cosmos or the interdimensional physics or levels, and we'll be able to bring that energy by tuning like a radio into it.
What time?
Don't know, but there is a very positive movement going on, the search for extrasolar planets. Now, this is a very positive thing because each year as we discover more and more extrasolar planets, that means the Space Brothers will eventually land here on planet Earth and give us a hand, because we need help.
I now recognize that 6% of the planets in this galaxy.
Talk in the mic there, kid.
Correct.
Use your microphone. Kid.
Well, just what David said, they have now recognized that the Milky Way, our galaxy called the Milky Way, they've done a calculation, and because they've discovered 74 new dwarf stars like our sun with solar systems, that 6% of the planets in our galaxy have water. So they could have sustainable life, and they could have nature to, I don't know if everything lives off of water like us, but there are planets that can have beings like us, and it represents 6% of the 1.1 billion planets and stars that's in our galaxy. That was just discovered like
It was released Friday.
Yeah, Friday.
4.5 million planets that are considered by scientists probably Earth-like.
Just in a certain region.
Yeah. So that's just the beginning of what we're going to see. As each year goes by, we're going to have that more and more of a scientific reality. Then, when people extend their welcome, their consciousness to the Space Brothers who know all about us and our condition, they will be able to make contact and one day land and shake our hands and allow the scientists to go on board and look at all this fantastic technology that we are not spiritually evolved enough to use. That's why we haven't been given it. But when we evolve spiritually and we mature spiritually, we'll be given that technology. We had it in Atlantis, we had it in Lemuria, and the negative forces that reside within each person, because every person has a higher self and a lower self, took over. And this is the specialty of Unarius. We go into the past lives of Atlantis, how it came about, what caused it to fall. And Lemuria, the same thing. When did Lemuria come about? The Lemurian age was beautiful, and it ended in a catastrophic event. And it vaporized, this event vaporized the Martian atmosphere. I'd be happy to tell you in detail.
And I'm sure you will. Thank you. Hey, you know, it kind of reminds me, when we're talking about our space brothers and sisters.
Where we have to make a petition to our government for a redress of grievances on the Fourth Amendment. We're being spied on, it's blatant. Is this something that's going to resolve itself, in your opinion, or is this something that's going to have to hit a critical mass where somebody bad does something with the data for us to wake up and realize how dangerous it is?
I want to give an answer to that. Unarius teaches about past life influences and talk about being influenced by previous cycles. This is the problem, that most people here on Earth are influenced by their past lives, their negative past lives. Now, in Lemuria, when the negative forces took over and the dark technology evolved, this is what happened. Everybody was put under electronic surveillance. So Unarius teaches you how to work out past life negativity. Talk to any of the Unarius students, check out our booth at 157, and we will tell you about our experiences of working out these negative past lives when we were some of the leaders in that Lemurian civilization. And before that, when we were on another planet called the Orion Confederation. So it's a matter of working out our negative past lives through our connection with our higher self and the space brothers and the spiritual brothers that work with us, and then we will see we can change this around.
Let's go to Eric.
I want to
Go ahead.
support a point that Greg was making before from a slightly different perspective. You know, if you look at